This week in art, we will be learning about American symbols. A symbol is something that stands for something else, and the flag is a symbol. The eagle is a symbol. We will also be looking at the 7 elements of art in order to draw our picture: lines, shapes, colors. Now let's start with our mantra to train our brain into thinking positively.
Ready? I'm ready. I am an artist.
I am an artist.
I am creative.
I am creative.
I make mistakes.
I make mistakes.
But mistakes are great.
But mistakes are great.
Because they help us learn.
Because they help us learn.
Now turn your paper the horizontal or window way. Move over from the edge and give me a diagonal line. A diagonal line is a line that leans to the side, but you'll notice my line does not lean very far. It does make a bigger space at the top and smaller at the bottom. My second line is going to be opposite. It's going to be smaller at the top and bigger at the bottom. My third line is again opposite. It is bigger at the top and smaller at the bottom. It's like I'm drawing one gigantic M that doesn't fit on my paper. 4 lines that are smaller at the top and bigger at the bottom. Now I'm going to draw a horizontal line in the corner. Did you figure out what we're drawing? That's right, we are going to be drawing the American flag, and we're going to make the American flag look like it is blowing in the wind. To do that, on the diagonal lines from side to side, we're going to draw a bump line or a curved line. And I said bump because we want it to look like it's bumping over and it's popping out. It's an optical illusion. We're tricking our eyes into thinking that it's coming up from our paper. So, from one of the diagonal lines over, I drew a bump line or a curve line. Now look at how I want the lines to be the same from the other side. So I'm starting with my pencil over, and I'm going across, and I'm drawing that same bump. Across and bump. Now I'm going to connect the lines, but this line is going to be more of a smile line. The first lines were curved like bumps. The next line is a smile line, and it goes under. So look at how it's almost like I'm drawing S's that are laying down and stretched out. I'm connecting all of my lines. That's very important to make it look like it's one long flag line. Then I finish off on the other side. So imagine that you've just drawn something that goes under, over, under, over. Now, yes, I did decide to erase my first line because that's where I'm going to put the blue, but I thought I really should have made it a little bit more curved, so I erased. Now I am going to draw my stars, because in the flag we have stars that are in the blue part and off on the side. So I'm drawing stars, and I am just drawing super simple stars where I make an A and then cross over. I'm going to fill it up with 3, 6, 9 stars. Now, are there only 9 stars on the flag? No. But remember, we're artists, so we are being inspired by the flag. I'm not doing the same amount of stripes. I'm not doing the same amount of stars, but I'm being inspired by the flag. Now I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to trace on top of my flag lines, and I'm going to make sure that I keep that bump going over when I hit those diagonal lines. Make sure you always keep that bump so that it doesn't flatten out. You want it to be curved over the top. I'm going to use blue in the corner to go around just that little box, and I'm going to trace around my stars so that they stand out from the background. When I'm finished, I'm going to color in, and I want you to remember the word value from last week, or maybe it was the week before. Value means that you're coloring dark, medium, and light, and that's going to be very important in order to make it look like this flag is blowing in the wind. Now I just realized something from a mistake. I think mistakes are great, remember? So when I was coloring the dark to light in that lower part, it didn't look like it was going back enough. So I decided that on the lower part, I'm going to color all dark. Then only on the bump am I going to color dark, medium, and super light at the top. So make sure that on the bottom of the flag where it swoops down, you can do the darkest value. Then when it goes up higher, it gets lighter, and then it goes down and it gets darker. And that will really help make it look more three-dimensional. Now it's time to erase those lines, and that's going to make it look even more three-dimensional when we don't see the pencil lines. So erase those spaces and then color in your blue space for your flag.